all of that kind of left brain analytical stuff out. All right, simple cat cows for a few rounds. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, dropping in. Inhale, heart forward. Those of you who are craving a little bit more core work, a little bit more arm work on the exhale, you can hover your knees for hovering cat pose. Make sure you squeeze your ankles in. One more. You're going to tuck your toes under and reach your hips back. So the toes are tucked under, you're reaching your hips back like a version of child's pose. You might need to reach back and make sure your toes are really tucked under. So most of us can do this part. We can do this part, right? If you can sit up on your heels, that's going to be a little deeper. Now, some of you don't need blocks, but you can also deepen the pose by bringing your hands or your blocks back behind you and leaning back. I know. These are all options. You could have stayed with the first option. If you're doing the leaning back one, just pull the shoulders back. Squeeze your ankles in all of the options, opening up the bottoms of the feet. I'm also doing this kind of work to give us more ankle mobility, more calf stretching along the way. Deep breath in, full breath out. Come back up if you're all the way back. Move your blocks out of your way or even forward for later use. Either come back to a child's pose, stretching your ankles the opposite way, or tuck your toes under and stretch your ankles through a down dog. Those of you in child's pose, if it makes sense, go back to Udana Vayu breath. Inhale, low ribs, upper back. You can do this in down dog too. Back of the neck, crown of the head. Exhale, same direction, navel to spine lifting to energize it more. Those of you in down dog, make sure that you're really reaching inner arms all the way to thumb and fingers. And then if you can, spread the shoulder blades by wrapping the triceps down. Really reaching the hips up, rooting the pose with navel to spine. Lengthening inner thighs into the feet. If you're ready to dial this up a little bit more, come forward to a plank position, lifting out of the shoulder blades, watch dropping your head. Good. Put both knees down or come to tabletop if you've been in child's pose. Take your right leg up with a bent knee. Okay, this is a little weird. Lift out of your hands. Exhale, right knee towards your right shoulder. Inhale, up and around, tap right foot behind left ankle. Good. Exhale towards your shoulder. Tap right foot up and around behind your ankle. Forward. Up and around. You got it. Nice. It. Forward. Up and around. Again, working hip stability and mobility at the same time. So strengthening as we're working range of motion. And it's 3. And it's 2. And it's 1. Step your right foot forward. Now, this is weird. I want you to bring your left knee more forward and let your right knee go in front of your toes. Bring your left knee more forward and let your right knee go in front of your toes. So you're barely on your left knee at all. And if it's still too much pressure, you can just lift your left knee up an inch. But your knee is going past. I'm doing this to give us a deep stretch in the calf and the Achilles. Okay? In this position with your hips low, it's okay for the knee. If we were lifting our arms up, then it might be too much pressure on the knee. But if we don't get this angle here, we may not get as deeply into the Achilles as we like. All right. Bring your right knee back to meet your left knee. Almost finished on this side. Lift your right leg up. Pull your belly in, lift out of both hands, option A. Option B, keep your right arm rooting down, reach your left arm up. Option C, find your back foot, lift it up. Lift out of your right hand. Inhale, back, heart, throat, crown of head. Exhale, navel to spine to the crown of your head. Release the pose. Option A, Balasana. Option B, downward facing dog. Option C, plank. Once you've chosen the option, do 3 rounds of Udana Vayu breath. Good. We meet in tabletop. Awesome, Sandy. We meet in tabletop. Lift out of your hands. Left leg lifts with a bent knee. Right foot is rooting us down. Exhale towards your left shoulder. Inhale up. Tap behind your own right leg. Exhale. Inhale. About 3 more. And step it through. Good, Julie. Slide your right knee more forward, so come more forward into the lunge so that you can get this really deep flexion of your ankle joint. If there's pressure in your right knee, go ahead, lift it a little bit up. Hopefully there's really not much pressure because we're so far forward. So in this position, what we're really giving ourselves is that ideal work that we would think we'd get in down dog, and some of us do, because some of us are able to do this kind of idea in down dog. Because the knee is bent, hamstrings are out of it, I might go deeper than I would in a down dog. One more breath. Coming back to tabletop, lift your left leg up. Hold here, lift out of both hands. It's a variation of plank or tiger pose. You might practice the one arm balance. Now we're moving into something like a Vashisthasana idea. Right arm to the sky, lift out. And or reach back. Grab your foot. Lift everything up. Revolved tiger, variation of spinal balance. Or you could call it a kneeling, revolved Ardha Chandra Chapasana, revolved sugarcane pose. Deep breath in, full breath out. Exhale your way back to a child's pose. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, back ribs, heart, throat, crown of head. Exhale the same direction. Good, my friends. When you're ready, up and out to a down dog or a plank position. Good, all pennies. Okay. So some of you may want to stay in down dog to build strength. Some of you may want to stay in plank to build strength. I'm giving you more of those options because I know some of you have shoulder stuff, so doing a lot of chaturangas aren't great. This is how you build strength, by eliminating that part. Or otherwise, take a half or a full chaturanga. Explore your first real back bend from the belly perspective. Good, Stephanie. Gorgeous. Great, Patty. Really nice, Julie, really broad. And then you can do one more round of that or simply hold down dog or plank again. Good. Meet me at the top of the mat when you're ready, however you want to get there. Rise to stand. Fabulous. Bring the heels of your feet together. Let your toes turn out. Again, I'm going to build this sequence. So stay with the softer variations as I add on. Skip. The first one we can all do. Inhale, arms overhead, little plie. Exhale, hands to heart, squeeze in. Belly is tuned, ribs are drawing back, so we're not in a back bend. Exhale. Super simple. If you want more, you can add a balance challenge. Exhale. Heels lift on the inhale. Ooh, exhale. Heels lift on the inhale. Okay, so I've taken a lot of the range of motion out of the knee and the hip here. We're still getting the work, but I'm not asking you to do full range of motion. If you really want to work a little deeper, a little stronger, inhale, exhale. Separate the feet, go all the way down into the squat, or as far down as you can. You can also add a lift at the top and down. A lift at the top and down. Now, if some of you could take the opportunity to come into a full Malasana squat. So if you don't want to take the full squat, you can support the squat. If you don't want to take the full squat, keep going with the movement, or you can come into a half or a full crow pose, playing around with the arm balance, right? So keep the movement going if you want no part of that. If you want the more flexible option, go into full Malasana. If you want an arm balance, take it. I'm going to stay with the moving people just for the timing. We have 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, great, Paula. We all meet standing, feet forward. I've been teaching a variation of the half salute that's better for the back, but a little stronger for the lower body. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit back, reach back. Inhale in this position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, big step back with your right foot. Squeeze your left hip in. Make your right leg long. Reach both arms back. Lift your chest. Rise up. Crescent pose. If your low back gets tender, consider bending your back knee and drawing your belly in crescent pose. Now, twist all the way to your left. Hold the pose upright. Now, I'm not giving my back too much to have to contend with here. Hold the pose upright, or begin to slide your right hand to the outside of your left knee, or perhaps even all the way down to the floor. Top arm could reach up and over, pinky finger down, thumb up. Deep breath in. Everybody on your next exhale, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Come back to down dog, reestablish with one Udana Vayu breath. You can even just focus on your exhales, drawing navel to spine and imagining your exhale traveling all the way up to your body to the crown of your head. Spread your shoulder blades, lift your hips, arms are long, legs are long. Hold Adho Mukha Svanasana or move into Phalangasana plank pose or take a full flow if that's your jam right now. We meet back in downward facing dog. Step your feet in just a little, so we're making it easier by making the pose shorter. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward, root your right foot flat. Good, Patty. Pull your left hip back and underneath you. As you inhale, reach your arms back. Good, Stevie Ann, to rise up. Warrior one. Reach both arms forward. Reach your right arm across. Loop with your left arm. Shoulder stretch. Turn as much to the left as you can. Let your shoulders relax. Draw your belly button in and up. Draw the front of your right hip up. Draw your outer right hip in. Unwind both arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Good. Or blocks. Standing splits. Right leg lifts. Inhale, lift your chest up. Pull your left hip back. Use a block underneath your right hand if that's helpful. Just on this first round, take your left hand to your left hip. Pull your left hip back. Reach your heart forward. Reach your right leg back. Press your left leg down. Release your right foot to your next foot. Take a moment, take a breath. Inhale, lengthen your spine, half lift. Exhale, fold. Reach your arms back, sit back, inhale. Good, Sandy, swing your arms up. Exhale, good, Sid, rise up. Good, Barbette, hands to heart. Great, Stephanie. All right, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sit back, reach back. Inhale in this position. Exhale, forward fold. We're taking our time. Inhale, lengthen. What I love about the basic flow is I feel like we can really keep the poses simple, but work the refinement of them. Step your left foot back. Reach your arms back. That's just easier for the lower back to rise up. You got it. Awesome, Elena. Remember, bend the back knee if you need that extra support. Navel to spine. So I'm keeping less of an arch through the lower back area. Then we're twisting to the right. Good, Shelley. Yeah, you can always root your back foot down and make it more like a warrior one. Warrior one makes it a harder twist, but it's less balance challenge. And then you can take that left hand as far down outside of your right leg as you like, and your top arm can reach forward. Right finger down, pinky down, thumb up to find the wrap. On your next exhale, find the floor and then down dog. Give yourself a moment, a breath or two to really reestablish down dog, to get the wrap of the shoulders, to feel the length of your spine, to work with the breath. If you need something stronger, you can find all of that in plank pose, or you can take the full vinyasa. We meet back in down dog. Today we're going to shorten the pose unless you don't need to. See if that helps you. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Step it through nice and wide so you're not on a tightrope. Reach your arms back. Rising up, warrior one. Good, Barbette. Good, Stevie Ann. That's it. Take your time. So the back hip is lifting up, or the front of the hip is lifting up, and the outer back hip is squeezing in and turning. Take your left arm across. This will help you find that turning in of the back hip. Right hand for an easy shoulder loop. And breathe. As you exhale, lift low belly up. Think of lifting out of the legs. So you're not going down into the earth, you're lifting up out of gravity. The Udana Vayu concept. Good. Both arms reach up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. The transition is standing splits. Left leg lifts. Use a block under your left hand if you just want a little more elevation. Push your right big toe down. Make your inner right thigh reach down. Left inner thigh reaches back. Belly pulls in, spine is long. Simply bring your right hand to your hip. You can use your right hand to remind your right hip to go back, and we're holding here for a couple breaths. It's tapping into a supported warrior three or the beginning of a revolved half moon. Release. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold in deep. Sit back, reach back, circle everything to the sky. Hands to heart. Okay. Cactus your arms. Pull your shoulder blades back a little. Draw your navel in. Push your feet down. Lift your rib cage up about 2 inches before you explore lifting your chest up. So you don't want to feel like you're dropping back. You want to feel like you're lifting up and arching slightly back. Find a little bit of that play in the upper spine, standing back bend. Any back bend we do is going to have that Udana Vayu idea lifting. Inhale, heart lifts, throat lifts, crown of the head lifts. Exhale, up your body to the crown of your head. Release the pose. Take your block. In your right hand, lift your left leg up. Take the block in your left hand, lift your left leg up. Lengthen your spine, bring your right hand to your hip. Lift out of your block. This may be it for you. If you want a little more, reach your right arm to the sky. Now you're into a little bigger twist idea. Turn your chest open and perhaps bend your back knee. Whether you can catch it or not, you can bend the knee and lift it up. Pavrita Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Strong pose, not a basic pose. We've done all the components for it. Now we're putting it together in a standing balance posture. You're going to hold this pose for 5 more breaths, or you're going to come out of the pose and take a full vinyasa, down dog plank, chaturanga cobra, up dog, down dog. You'll meet us back here in a few breaths. Those of you still in the pose, brighten your spine as you inhale. As you exhale, draw navel to spine. As you inhale, lift anything that can go up higher. As you exhale, navel to spine. One more breath. Release the pose. Uttanasana. Gorgeous, Stephanie. Okay, let's do the other side. So I'm building hand on block right or on the floor. Right leg lifts. Left hand to left hip. This might be where you land. Take your time. Press out of the block. Really slide your shoulder. Think side plank through the right body. You're ready. Open the left arm up so you can twist a little more freely, a little deeper. It's not a free pose. Because of the hip orientation, this is not as fun as probably a half moon. You can bend the leg and lift it up without holding the foot, or you can grab your foot. Lengthen your spine. Left inner thigh is reaching into the earth. Navel is pulling up to the crown of the head. Chest is opening. Right thigh is lifting. Watch dumping into your right hand. Keep lifting out of it like you're doing a side plank or a plank. Make it also an arm balance. And then some of us are going to stay for about 5 or 6 more breaths. Some of us are going to flow. Inhale, heart long. Exhale, navel to spine. One more breath if you're with me in Pavrita Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Forward fold.